Welcome to the Seven Figure Builder Show. My name is Julie Baranek, founder of Seven Figure Builder, where we help high-achieving CEOs connect the dots in their business to scale to seven figures and beyond. And I'm here today with my friend Lisza Crisalle. Hey, Lisa.
Hello there. How are you?
I am fabulous. I'm thrilled to have you on today. So we get to geek out in automation. I
get to geek out.
Yes. So first and foremost, where in the world are you?
So I am currently in Las Vegas, Nevada, actually Henderson, which is right next to Las Vegas. I live about 12 minutes from the Strip, but a world away.
Wow.
In a real neighborhood.
Absolutely. And for those that haven't had the pleasure to meet you yet, can you tell us just a little bit about what you do with your business?
Sure. It's a little bit, I'm going to keep it as short as possible because my husband and I have actually been in business it's going to be 20 years next month.
That's amazing.
And part of what I'm sure we're going to talk about today is our business has evolved quite a bit over 20 years, right? We have a saying that if you're not growing, you're dying. It's been a really cool, exciting adventure, but we come from the health, fitness, nutrition world. We started out, my husband developed the very first CEU, so continuing education units, nutrition certification program on the market, and also the very first custom nutrition software. And so we started our company with that, working literally online back in 2003, before it was, like we were early, the OGs, as our friends call us, the OGs online, and we certify students all over the world. And we initially started out working with really big corporations. So we had big contracts with Gold's Gym International, Max Muscle stores, like big gym facility, gyms and nutrition stores. And we realized, not too far into that, the big corporations make all the money and we were doing all the work. The beautiful thing was the relationships that we made with the franchisees, with the facility owners. And we really realized that our sweet spot was working with small to medium-sized businesses. So as those contracts ended, we just let them end. And we began to really work more one-on-one with the small to medium-sized business owners. And in doing that, we were working with them on the business of nutrition. And then we got into more of the coaching and consulting on the businesses, because we had developed systems, literally plug and play systems. This is where it all stems from, right? Systems save yourself time, energy, and money. We started really helping them implement those programs and learn how to create profitable businesses. And so we evolved. And so while we still are we still have our certifications and we still have our software, that's kind of been our, our baby for 20 years. We've evolved more into now consulting, and now we are actually SaaS, software as solutions, software as systems for the industry. So we help them bring everything in, systematize it, and simplify their entire business. We have something that is like a all-in-one. So we call it Command Central, and literally run everything from one place without 15,000 logins and trying to make this work with that and all of that. So that's really been our evolution over the last 20 years.
I love it. And you hit on a couple very key points, lots of them, but just the evolution, right? All our businesses go through an evolution, and I'm an OG with you. I started mine back in 2004. So yes, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, close, right behind us. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so we literally both came from corporate world, where I was very similar to you, by the way, an IT manager. I would run the offices and run their entire tech, setup. And which is very weird because I'm really a creative. I'm totally a creative, but I'm a geek as well. So it's a weird dichotomy.
I'm right there with you. That's the best, is the balance of both, right? You can see both sides of the coin.
Absolutely.
But I love that the basis of your business is relationships. That was the other thing that really struck out to me. And it's so crucial in all aspects of business, but like that's the lifeblood of all of our businesses, are the relationships that you build with people. So I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, we have clients that we work with that have been with us for 15 plus years. And, obviously with, 20, but we stay in touch with them. They'll, they work with us and they'll ebb away and then they come back. We have really good relationships. And so they know that they can trust us. They know that they can come to us and that we're always staying current and on top of what's really happening in the marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely. So what types of systems do you help people create? Like as you're working with your, your clients, like what do you really focus on to work smarter, not harder?
Yeah, so we spent a lot of years with this. We have gone through, we're on our third like really big mega system. So our first system, we started, with back in 2003, we were with it for 12 years. And then again, I'm going to throw out some names. One shopping cart, this goes way back, right? Like a gazillion years ago. And then we outgrew that and moved into what was called Infusionsoft. A lot of people are probably familiar with Infusionsoft. It was called Confusionsoft. It's a beast, right? Like it's a beast. It's a big, and we literally ran both programs for 2 years overlapping.
Wow.
Because we had so many processes going on. It took us 2 years to transition over to it. And then we were with Infusionsoft for, I don't know, 12, 13 years, something like that. And what happened was, as we were working with our clients, we realized that, we helped them put together systems that worked for their business. That was really our specialty. We would be like, Infusionsoft's too big for you. And we would help them create like this, you would use this CRM and you would use this email system, and then you would use this scheduler and you would use this, survey program, and all these pieces, and we'd help them piece it together with the best programs that made sense for their business and where they were going, right? So it gave them a growth spur option. And so we got really known for that. And we kept looking for, like, saying, look, there's all these pieces. Like a business owner doesn't want to have to remember 15 logins. And I have to go here to do this. And then I have to send that information over here. And then we have to make a talk to each other. And it was very cumbersome. And so we've been looking on the path for how can we find something that is all in one? And a little over 3 years ago, we came across a platform that was brilliant, really cutting edge, that the people who developed, the developers, had kind of done what we did, searched out the best of the best, and then brought it all in together. It was a white label program, but then we took it and put it on steroids, right? Like we took it and said, like, this is amazing. This is fantastic. And we're going to use it for ourselves first. And we started moving everything over from Infusionsoft, and then getting rid of our scheduler program. And that's internal, getting rid of the surveys, everything is in one. And so we started building it all out for ourselves first, as we always do. And everything spoke to each other, and everything is in one place. And I have pipelines, and I know what I have coming in and where my prospects are, and all of these components in one great place. And so we said, great, this is working really well. Let's start rolling this out to our existing clients. And so we started getting a few of our current clients on it, testing it with them. They were, beta testing it, really getting it dialed in. And then we created what are called snapshots and workflows that are like pre-done. So now we can go to a new client and say, look, we have this all done for you. Boom, we just plug it in, we customize it. It's really cool and simple. Like we literally can get a new company up and running fully on our system in 5 days.
Wow, that's incredible.
5 days, completely customized and all of that. So that was how this program really came about. And now what we do, again, to make it very unique to us, is we do a weekly coaching call with all of our clients that are on it, where we're not we have our own tech support. Everyone has tech support. Tech is included, but that's not us, even though we can't be, but we had to extricate ourselves from being
Yes.
tech support. We have an amazing team. But what we do is we do a weekly coaching call to help them understand how can they best use this? Like, what are new ways to think through it? What are new ways to market? Because it is a complete CRM, sales, and marketing all in one.
I love it. And what type of businesses? I know you've been in the health, fitness, wellness area, but who do you help?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So we have been hyper-focused in the health and wellness. So we work with mostly, in the past, we've always worked with gyms, nutrition stores, chiropractors, doctors, health professionals, health coaches, that kind of area. However, what's happened is, because we can really work with any industry, we've had other people, like our clients would refer us to somebody else, and they'd be like, oh my God, you got to check out this program, this system that we use. And they started referring us to other businesses. So we can work with virtually any business. And in fact, right now, we're looking to venture into the restaurant business because we have components that help them that are really unique in helping them with their marketing, and for specifically for restaurants, like, rewards processes, reach outs that are specific to restaurants, things like that. So we have 2 new possible clients in the restaurant industry, which is crazy, but primarily I would say small to medium-sized businesses is where we are focused now. Like coaches, things like that.
Yeah. And it's a lot of the same needs across lots of different industries. It just looks a little bit different in each of those, pillars. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we have so much customization to it. But what they love is that literally we can get them up and running in 5 days.
That's amazing. So other than speed, what are some problems that you guys have been able to solve with your automation, with your system, like things that people wouldn't normally think about?
I would say the number one thing that I love about it, and that our clients love about it, is that they are no longer having to log into all these different accounts and trying to get them to talk to each other. Because everything in this software is based on the contact person. So it's based on the contact. And so we have, everything that's related to that contact you can find, right? You can find. So now, like I said, things like scheduler. So for example, most people know Calendly or Schedule Once. Well, with those programs, each type of calendar that you need or scheduler, you pay more for the more different types. So what I mean, like we have 10-minute calls, 15-minute calls, 30-minute calls, 45-minute calls, and 60-minute calls. Now, my husband and I also have 3 separate entities under our company. So we basically each have somewhere around 20 different calendaring links for each of us. So that's 20 for me and 20 for him. Okay, we don't pay any extra for that. Everything is all inclusive. So when our clients come on board, that means unlimited calendars, unlimited surveys, we have membership courses in there, memberships and course options in there. We have CRM, unlimited number of contacts, where a lot of CRMs charge you once you get over 500 or 1,000 or 50,000 or whatever. For us, it doesn't matter. We can handle it. We can handle whatever that number is. So we don't charge more for more usage. And our clients love that because they know what their costs are. They have set costs. The only additional costs, and we have a couple of add-ons that they can do, but for our base program, the only additional cost is text messaging. So text and email content, the numbers, and it's very inexpensive, but we incorporate text and email in the system. And so they have their own account. So we're not in the middle of it. And so depending on how much they use the texting, we use the texting a lot. We have a lot of systems built up where we send them a text to let them know we sent them an email, right? Because we know that text has a greater open rate. So we do a lot of text. And so that would be the only additional cost, but you now know what your set costs are. And as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, you need to know that, because if it's fluctuating every month, or if it keeps going up and up and up, right, then all of a sudden you're just like, why are my contacts, just because now I went over the threshold of 10,000, now I'm, my cost tripled.
Right.
So instead of that, we help them eliminate that, have set costs, and just are very clear on the different components that can work together without having to make things work together. They already work together.
Yeah, no, that's huge. And it's so powerful when you have everything in one place like that. Not only, like you said, you don't have to log into 20 different systems. You have it all there in front of you. Your reporting is there. The data is there. And the more you have in one place that it all talks together, the more you can personalize your campaigns, the more you can speak to, different parts of that journey and really make it that one cohesive journey that's easy to follow.
Absolutely. And that's really key. And I know this is going really into geek speak, but we even have the ability to put iframes in. So for example, my husband developed the very first nutrition software on the market, custom software. And we have that built in now through an iframe. Awesome. So that, again, our clients are on their system, boom, they click one little link and they open up their software as well, their nutrition software for their clients.
That's awesome. Awesome. So you've got lots going on in your business, of course, but how do you encourage your business owners and your clients to have fun in their business again? It's so easy to get burnt out and just overwhelmed with everything, but what have you found?
So we actually, that's a great question, by the way. I think fun is imperative because we can all get way too serious, and business, it can be intense, and it can be, right. It can be a lot sometimes. One of the things we do is I mentioned that we do a weekly coaching call with our clients, and we have a gentleman who is part of our tech team who is amazing. So he's from the UK. He has this crazy, like, British sense of humor. And we literally do, like, it's a coaching call, but it is about having fun. It's very light. He helps keep it really light. Like, we really have fun doing it, and we want them to enjoy it, because a lot of people will stress out over technology, right? You know this, like, they will get all stressed, like, I don't know. And we thought this is that extra level of service, and that's why relationships are so important. It's the extra level of service where we say, let's think really big. Like, you guys have this amazing tool now. How can we help you best use it to grow your business? And so with those weekly coaching calls, we actually, that is included for our clients, but we invite other people in. So we actually offer, I forgot to even tell this to you, we offer a free coaching session, like, to come in and just listen and watch how we work with our clients. So I will actually make sure I send you that link. There'll be a link for you that you can, I'd love to offer a free session to come in and see how we coach with our clients and have fun with them on the call. And we offer them a free session just to come in and learn a little bit and see, we can kind of show off the back end, and, just kind of give people ideas of, how they can really utilize this and grow their business and be really efficient. So.
Yeah. And for the record, that's brilliant because then, like, I love that you offer that, because people not only can see how you interact with your clients, they can get testimonials from other people that are there, see how you guys engage, how you utilize it, how they can grow their business, get, behind the scenes without having to put any money up front. And yeah, I absolutely love that. So
Yeah,
yes, we'll definitely have the link below.
yeah, because we know that, how we interact with our clients, and we're not like, we're not the biggest name out there, but we love the clients that we work with, and we help them really move their business. We help them move the notch forward. And that's what we want. We want them to have results, because then they're going to stay with us.
Of course. Yeah. So for people that are hearing this and feel overwhelmed in, automation tech, like, it can be very overwhelming, especially as we're geeking out on this episode. But where would you encourage them to start? Like, where can they kind of get their feet, wet and get things moving for their business?
Wow. So, like, I'd love to obviously offer a free coaching session. We can include that in your show notes, where they can just click on the link. They'll probably, I'll set them up to a phone call with me just to make sure that I learn a little bit about their business, and then invite them into the call. And I also have a free gift for your listeners, which is just a simple downloadable ebook. Having been in business for myself for over 20 years, we all deal with stress, and it's really interesting. We actually have another piece of our business that is all about mental wellness because of our background from nutrition, but we deal with mental wellness and reducing stress, anxiety, etc. So I have a free download for you that is called Unplug: 24 Simple Techniques to Relieve Stress and Anxiety. Just a nice little download. There's some very simple techniques in there. My contact info is in there. It's, again, really simple things that you can do in your day-to-day. And I think it's really important as business owners that we do a couple of things. One, when we are starting to feel a lot of overwhelm and stress, things are coming on, you're feeling a lot of pressure, I would say the number one thing to do is get up and change your state. I call it change your state, but get up, move, go outside, walk around the block, whatever it is, but literally take that time. Nothing is going to implode, and nobody is, honestly, this is business. It's not life and death for most of us, right? Even though sometimes it feels like it is, even if it's in the middle of emergency, I'm going to tell you, when you change your state, it allows you to change your synapses and start to think differently. So where if you get stuck and you're not finding a solution, get up and change your state. And the easiest thing is to go for a walk. So I say, get up, literally walk outside of your office. So whether you work from home, whether you work in an office, literally go around even if it's just 10 minutes. What will happen is your breathing changes. And in the download, the Unplug, I do a few breathing exercises in there as well. breathing exercises are phenomenal, because when you start to stress and overwhelm, what happens is you go from deep breathing to shallow breathing, and now you're cutting off some of the oxygen. So these are just simple techniques, and it sounds too simple, but they literally work. You've got to get that oxygen to your brain. You've got to get the blood flow happening. And literally all of a sudden you'll be like, okay, like I can deal with this, right? Like either I can deal with it, or you're out walking and you come up with an idea or a solution. So we all, this is part of being an entrepreneur and a business owner. There's the best of the best, and we have really intense stuff. And that is the reality. Like we all deal with it. But I would say, aside from some of these techniques, is also have a community. I do believe it's very important to have a community of other like-minded individuals. And so like our coaching call tends to be like that community for our clients, where they have a place where they can come in, and, other people are going to understand what those stressful times are like, right? Or they're going to understand, oh my gosh, we did this, Lisza, like you guys said we should do this, and we did it and it worked, and we got, X number of new clients, or whatever happened, right? So you have a community where not only are you sharing your challenges, but it's community where you're sharing your successes, and where we celebrate each other for those successes, right? We celebrate each other, and then we also uplift each other for the challenges. That is really key, because it's important to know that you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself.
Absolutely. And I agree with all of your tips. I know I find them myself personally. I take a walk around the neighborhood, and that one thing I was racking my brain against, and, it just, that light bulb comes on. It's like, oh God, why didn't I think of that? Or, stepping away from something and pull it back up the next morning, and you're able to look at it differently, but you got to take that step away to be able to get that new perspective.
Many times people are like, I can't leave right now. No, I can't.
No, you have to.
If you start getting into that piece,
that's when you have to.
That's the time, like you need to get up right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've done amazing things in your business, accomplished lots, but how would you define success? What does that look like for you?
I love this question. So for my husband and I, success for us is experiential, is experiences. And I do kind of have this funny story that's kind of crazy. So we love to travel and have experiences, right? That is really important to us. That's where we know, that's what makes it all worth it, right? Those experiences. It's nice to have things, but the things aren't what we remember. It's the experiences. When we first started our company, we were really fortunate. We were very successful immediately, right out of the gate. We just hit it right for whatever reason. And we have so much gratitude. And so we purchased a membership to the Grand Wailea Resort in Maui, Hawaii.
Wow.
Now, my husband and I both had been there separately, but had never been there together. And we loved the resort, and we're like, this is great. They have this membership there. This will be perfect. So we can go have our vacations over there, go and experience that. Right. And you guys, you're going to laugh at me, but our business always came first. Everything was business, right? And we traveled with our business, but it was always business travel, right? But we thought by buying this membership, we would force ourselves to take vacations. You guys, we had that membership. We paid for that membership for 10 years.
Oh my God.
And we never went once, not one time, not once, you guys, in 10 years. And I'm telling you this for a reason. So finally at 10 years, we're like, all right, we're just obviously not making this happen, because we kept saying, well, we'll schedule it. And then we never scheduled it. So along this pathway, we believe in multiple streams of income. And so we have other things that we're involved with, right? And so one of them is this mental wellness project. And with this project, we are active in the project, and we qualify and we've earned some amazing, incredible trips over the last couple of years, like to the Bahamas on a cruise, and the Cancun, and to Wyoming, and to out this retreat outside of Dallas, like really cool places, Utah. And we realized that this was about experiences, and this was how we were able to, because when we qualified it and it was paid for,
right,
we just booked the dates, right? It was paid for. So now we took the pressure off of paying for a membership, a amazing membership that we never used once. Like,
wow.
Right. So it's a really great learning lesson for us. And so we found what worked for us to help us really push through to those experiential opportunities. And so now we use this project that we're involved with, it's a global project, to have these experiences, to push us for that. And that's kind of that is our long-term plan, so that when we sell our company, that's been, self-fulfilling.
That's amazing.
Long answer. So.
No, it's absolutely true. And your story is very funny. I like that very much. It's sad when you have something like that and you're still, you love your day-to-day so much that it's hard to take the time away and step away. But
I never really shared that before. And I happened to share that recently with a friend of mine. She's like, you have got to tell entrepreneurs about that. Okay, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And making yourself a priority. I mean, my husband and I
Yes.
are the same of, we love to travel. And, a big part of our life is experiences, right? Like those memories, you don't get them back, and you can hoard all the money you want. If you don't actually get out and enjoy life can be very boring.
Yeah, especially when it's just business and we love what we do. Then that's the other thing. People always say, well, I love what I do. And I do. I love what I do. We love we've created a life that we wanted, but we also want to have the experiences as well and not be all work and no play.
For sure. Absolutely. So what can people expect from you next? You've got lots of things in the works.
So we are continuing to grow our software platform, our SaaS platform. It's called What Works Academy. We're continuing to grow that. We've really moved into the AI component, so that's now incorporated. We have some other big projects that we're bringing on, so we're still in the test phase with that. So that's an ongoing growth piece, and I would say, and the mental wellness project that we are. That's our passion project. And so those are really our two babies moving forward.
I love it. And how can people help you, find you? Where can they find you online? Obviously, the What Works Academy, we'll have that link below, but where else can they find you?
The What Works Academy, you have my social media. I would say the two best for me is Facebook and Instagram. And now I just updated my Instagram too, because now they allow you to have, so I've got all kinds of resources in my Instagram link, my bio link. So plenty of ways to reach me there. Those are the two best, so that you can outreach to me. I'm also going to make sure that your listeners have a link to schedule a quick call with me to see if they'd like to come on to a free coaching call with us, where you just get to come in and listen and, be a fly on the wall and see how we work with our clients. And of course, the Unplug ebook for them to download as a resource.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. All these offers for the listeners, and
I
definitely
love
take
getting
advantage
gifts.
of it. Who doesn't love getting them? So that is awesome. But if you had the attention of the whole world for 5 minutes, what would you tell them?
Oh, wow, that is a great question. I would say that I don't believe in the term balance between like life work balance. I believe it's an ebb and flow, but finding the ebb and flow in your life that allows for that flexibility and movement, because it is balancing. It's a balancing act, but it's not we can never achieve perfect balance, right? One thing will ebb and another thing will flow, which is why I believe in multiple streams of income. So I would have a conversation with people about really dialing in and figuring out what are the pieces in that ebb and flow, so that it'll continue to, move. It's a moving piece. But when you have that flexibility with that, it allows you to be able to create the life that you want, build a successful business, and still, have those experiences.
Yeah, and that's so important, especially with the family and everything else that you're juggling. It's definitely an ebb and flow. I agree with that 100%.
Everyone keeps saying, I need to have balance. Look, there isn't balance.
Wow.
Anyway, there's no perfect balance. It's always evolving and moving. I'll end with this. Just like we say, sometimes in business, right, you get into the flow, right? Things are flowing. It's the same thing, right? Like you get into the flow, and it's going to be always a constant trade-off. The beautiful thing about entrepreneurship is it's not static ever, ever. And so if you're not built for that, then it's not, that it may not be the area for you. And if you are, and if you love that, and if that is what lights you up, right, that lights you up, and like I love challenges, right? So for me, I'm built as an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing you can count on in life is change, right?
Absolutely. All of us.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lisza. I really appreciate you being on today. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, Julie. Thank you so much. And I'm excited and I appreciate talking to your listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you found value in this episode, please do share it. That's how people find us. And you can find me at sevenfigurebuilder.com. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.